Shalom. First and foremost, before I get started, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to where it's due to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, or Chakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who were well and who taught us the truth. And peace, blessings, love, and salutations to those who scattered the broad throughout the four corners of the earth. May the blessing of election fall upon you and your household. To you I say, Shalom. This is your brother Ayawab, back at you again with another lesson, all through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai by Hashem Chakwadash, entitled somewhere along the lines of, according to prophecy, the CHIP will be made mandatory worldwide. Because as you see right here, this is from endtimeheadlines.org. It was published yesterday, February 6th, 2024, the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble. Today is February 7th, I believe. So as you see in the title, it says, China just unveiled a plan for brain CHIPs to be implanted into schools to rival Elon Musk Neuralink by 2025. Because I believe I went into a lesson last week going into how Neuralink, came out with their first, quote unquote, their first implant in their first person, and that he's recovering well somewhere along those lines. And so bear with me while I light this incense. For that. But what was I saying? Somewhere along the lines of how Neuralink came out with their first person, and then here comes China, bringing this out. So it says China, again the title, China just unveiled a plan for brain CHIPs to be implanted into the schools to rival Elon Musk Neuralink by 2025. And we all know, man, they say 2025, but who knows? They could come out with it before, man. It's not of China's will. It's not of our will. It's not of America's will. But it's of the will of Yahweh Hashem Yashai when this prophecy, becomes, full-fledged on the scene, because the CHIP's already here. It's already here, man. The RFID micro CHIPs that go into the hand, it's already here. We already seeing that being implemented, or it's optional in certain places. You can get a CHIP from online, man. I forget the name of the website, strangethings.com or something like that. You can buy the CHIP in the kit and implant it in your hand yourself, man. So it's already here. It's just a matter of when will it be, made mandatory, that's prophecy. That according to prophecy, the CHIP will be made mandatory worldwide. That's prophecy, man. Prophecy going into foretelling future events. This is a future event that's about to take place, man. These are future events that's about to take place. And it's not just going to be optional from here until the 2085. It's not just going to remain optional the whole time. It's going to be made mandatory, and we believe that mandation, or however you say it, the implementation, the mandatory implementation will be very soon, man. It's not going to take decades for this to be made mandatory. We believe through the Spirit it's going to be very soon, man. And I can't put a number on it because the scripture also said that no man knoweth the hour, when the Lord will return. Nobody knows the exact time when it will be made mandatory. We don't know when World War III is going to be full-fledged. We don't know when Yahweh Shai is going to return, but Yahweh Hashem Yashai has given us signs to know when we're at the end, when we're close. Let's go ahead and pull that in Matthew 24. Matthew 24 we'll start at verse 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? So his disciples is asking Yahweh, hey, how are we going to know when we're at the end? How are we going to know when we're at the end of this society, at the end of this rulership? And when you go into that word world, which is for edification purposes, you go into that word world, which is going to be eon. Eon, G165 eon, which goes into a period of time, age. So it's just a period of time. It's not going to be. They're not actually asking for the end of the earth, for the end of the of mankind, because the scriptures goes into that there is no end of all the people. That the roughly paraphrasing, that the earth abideth forever, somewhere along those lines. So when they was asking about the end of this age, the end of this rulership, a period of time of age. That's what they were asking him. So verse 3 again, and as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? Or what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? It says, verse 4, And Yahweh answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am the anointed, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars or rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows, and we're seeing that, man. And it's becoming more and more intense, more and more rampant, more and more rapid. As we see, man, it's getting. And what is that telling us? It's telling us that we're so much closer to the return of Yahweh Shem Yashai, the return of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, who the world ignorantly and incorrectly calls Jesus, the Christ. We are here, man. And Yahweh Shai is going to return. But before Yahweh Shai returns, this has to be made mandatory. This has to be made mandatory worldwide, as well as the World War III, the nuclear missiles being shot off and destroying and decimating America. There are only a few more prophecies that we're waiting on, man. And according to prophecy, the CHIP will be mandated worldwide. That's what we're waiting on, man. And prophecy is not lying. That's what it says in 2nd Ezra 15. 2nd Ezra 15, verse 1. Behold, speak down there to my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, say the Lord Yahweh Shem Yashai. And starting with our elders and apostles of Great Millstone on down, we're telling you the words of prophecy. And it says that the prophecy is the words that the Lord is going to put in our mouth. So we're not speaking our own words. We're not speaking us. We're speaking, thus say the Lord Yahweh Shem Yashai. We're speaking the words of Yahweh Shem Yashai, man. So whatever we say through the Spirit, starting with our elders and apostles of Great Millstone on down, we're speaking the words of prophecy. We're telling you what is to come and what is to come to pass. And this is going to come to pass very soon, man. This year could be the year. Next year could be the year. The year after that could be the year. But we don't believe that this place is going to has much longer to live, to stand. We're seeing the signs that Yahweh Shai gave us, that the scriptures have revealed unto us, that we are at the end of this society, at the end of this rulership, and we just got to remain patient, remain circumspect, remain humble, remain occupied in prophecies. That's what the scripture says. Verse 2, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. The words of Yahweh Shem Yashai are faithful and true. The prophecies, the scriptures that he said would and will come to pass are faithful and true. And you got to believe it and trust it and remain patient and endure unto the very end. That's what the scripture says later on in Matthew 24. He that endureth unto the end, the same shall be saved. This is what we're waiting for, man. as well as Habakkuk 2, verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. It's not lying, man. And it's obvious, it's manifest. It's clear to see that the mark in Revelation 13 and 16 is the RFID micro C hip. That's what it's speaking about in Revelation 30. It's not speaking about an embargo. It's not speaking about white women. It's not speaking about the picture of Caesar Borgia, a picture of Jesus. It's speaking about the RFID micro C hip, man, and that's what we believe through the Spirit, and that we believe that through diligent search. Searching at the scriptures, looking up the meaning of words, going into the Greek word for that word, mark, which is the word charagma. And when you do your research, you find out and you come to the conclusion that it's speaking about the micro C hip, man. These are faithful and true, man, and they are not going to lie. And it ultimately is by faith. It's by faith, man, because you got a lot of people who believe, so on and so forth. But we have faith and we believe that what our apostles and elders of Great Millstone say it is, that's what it is. And not just because not just because they said it, but we searched it out ourselves. We looked, it does match up. And it's true, man. You got to do your research and go into the meaning of words. Go into the Hebrew, go into the Greek, man. Verse 3, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. It's coming, man. It's here. You got to wait. Because everything is about to be revealed. Everything is about to be made manifest. Everything is about to happen, man. And these are dark, trying, terrible days that we're about to enter into. And we got to have, the belief and faith that Yahweh Shem Yahshua will be with us in that day, because that's what the scripture also says in Revelation 3 and 10, which I'll get that through the Spirit, through the Spirit allows. So getting a little bit into the article, it says, China has entered the race to implant brain C-hips into human schools in a bid to pit against Elon Musk's Neuralink. The country, because China already has that system. I forget what it's called, where they can they can already monitor what the people is doing. It's really kind of like draconian measures. They can see what you're doing at all times. They can see on when you're jaywalking. If you jaywalk, they take points off of you. They deduct points, and then you can't fly. For a period of time. They already got the measures in place. So it says, the country unveiled a chilling timeline to develop what it calls a brain-computer interface, and aims to release products as early as 2025. And they talking about releasing it, but soon it's not just gonna say release, it's gonna say mandate. And there's gonna be chipping stations, man. Here, just like as there was stations and areas where you could come up and get the jab, and that shows you that the jab is not the mark. It's not the mark in Revelation 13 and 16, because it wasn't mandated. It wasn't made mandatory everywhere. Now, there was some spots, some places like nurses, hospitals, and so on and so forth, where it was mandatory, where it was it wasn't optional, but it was pushed and mandated that if you don't get this, you can't work here. But it wasn't everywhere. It wasn't worldwide. It was just in a few areas. And then what did they end up doing? They ended up backtracking and say, well, we did say it was mandatory, but it's not mandatory anymore. Once the C-hip, once the RFID micro C-hip becomes mandatory, man, there is no turning it back. There is no backtracking. Once it's made mandatory, it's game on. We're here. So it says, China's shock plan in the field of brain C-hips comes as Musk announced that the first Neuralink brain C-hip has been successfully implanted into a human skull. And And now the announcement by China following the footsteps of Tesla boss could potentially spark the biggest global tech rivalry of this decade. There was this one that I wanted to get because the Lord is gonna, through the Spirit, could speed up the times, man. They could say, yeah, we're gonna do this in 2027 in the coming years, yada yada yada, yada yada yada. The Lord is going to speed up the times, man. Revelation, not Revelation, but Romans 13:11 says, it's like, let me just get it before I butcher it. Romans 13 and verse 11, and it reads, and that knowing the time, we know the time that we're living in, we know that this is the time. This is that appointed time, that vision, which is for an appointed time, which we read in Habakkuk 2 and 3 just now. We know the times that we're living in. We know that this is the time when the RFID micro CHIP is going to be made mandatory. We know this is the time when when World War III and the nuclear missiles are going to be shot off and decimate America. We know that and we believe that. And we know the times that we're living in. Verse 11, again, and that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believed. Our salvation is near, man. They say, oh, yeah, it could be 2027 when we start, rolling this out full-fledged, 2028, 2030. But the Lord could speed up the times and cut that in half, man. Who knows? It's not our movie, it's the Lord's movie, man. And the Lord already has it set when all this is going to take place. At the same time, we got to remain patient. So it says last year, the Chinese government opened a 60-person laboratory focused entirely on brain-machine interfaces. The lab is reportedly focused on turning extensive research in the field of brain CHIPs into practical applications to rival Musk Neuralink. Researchers in China have apparently developed a computing device that connects to your brain via the inner ear. China says it hopes to use such advanced brain technology in driverless cars, virtual reality, and medical rehabilitation. So we're seeing that, everything is coming to a point. Everything is coming to a head, man. So, and, soon it's not going to have no choice but to make it mandatory. So this is Revelation 13 and verse 16. And it reads, and it causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in the right hand or on their foreheads. So everybody, man, no matter who you are, no matter what rank you are, no matter what social class you are, you're going to be mandated, forced to receive this mark, this charagma. And if you don't take it, you're going to be an outcast to society. Scriptures says in Revelation 20 about those who would be beheaded for not taking the CHIP, for not taking the charagma. And it don't matter which hand you get it in, right hand, left hand, your pinky toe, it don't matter. If you get that CHIP, you are allotted and you will be destroyed. You are allotted for destruction as soon as you take that CHIP, which, we're already allotted to what we're going to do and how we're going to live and, what we're going to do in the end. But that's how you definitely know, oh, yeah, he's allotted for destruction. When you see somebody walking around with the CHIP, oh, yeah, he's allotted for destruction. He's not one of the elect. Because you cannot be part of the elect and take the CHIP, as dude over in Christopher Green from ANTV said. It don't, that even the elect will be deceived. The elect will not be deceived, and the elect will not take the CHIP. So again, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in the right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. So if you don't have this CHIP, if you don't have the charagma in your right hand or in your forehead, which the forehead is going into the Neuralink, and its competitors like Synchron as well as China, as the article we just read. So if you don't have this, man, you're not going to be able to buy. You're not going to be able to sell. You're not going to be able to buy food, water, clothes. You can't pay rent. You can't pay your car note. You can't pay your mortgages. You can't pay your taxes. You ain't even going to have no taxes because you're not making no money. You're not going to be able to work. You're not going to be able to do nothing, man. You'll be an outcast to society. And that's when the people's comfortability is going to be pushed to its limits, because people are comfortable right now. But once you put that CHIP and you can't pay for anything other than with the CHIP, because cash is going to be worthless. The dollar is about to crash, and then they're going to implement that CBDC currency, central bank digital currency, digital dollars, and the digital dollars are going to be placed onto your CHIP, and that's how you're going to make transactions through your CHIP with the money on your CHIP, and they're going to make it convenient for you. You won't lose your wallet no more. You won't lose your credit card no more. You won't lose your ID no more. You won't lose your driver's license no more. You won't lose your social security card no more, because it's all going to be put into your hand. Everything is going to be put into your hand, man. You go into the hospital. Oh man, I forgot my social. What's your social security number? You got what's your social security number? Oh man, I forgot my card. You need my card? Oh, don't worry about it. We can just link it with your CHIP. Just give me your hand, and we can scan your CHIP and get all your information off there. It's gonna be more convenient. Everything is moving to fast pace. Movement, man. You get onto a plane, you no longer need a boarding pass, and we already see that the people, you see it. People walk up to right when they board the plane, because it used to be, you would get a paper boarding pass, and you would have to scan the barcode on the boarding pass to get onto the plane. And now you see the people, they will have the boarding passes on their phones. So instead of having the paper, you can just walk up with your phone, and then there will be a barcode on your phone that you scan, and there you have it. And then what? Because people usually don't lose their phones, but it's easier to lose a paper boarding pass than your phone with the boarding pass on it. And then it's going to move to, you can lose your phone, so let's just put the boarding pass on your CHIP as well. Everything is moving digitally, man, and we already see it. They're already showing signs of it now, of what is to come. Amazon with its palm prints and facial recognition with the phones, and everything is coming to a head, man. We're here. The system is already in place. Apple Pay, you can go. You don't need money. You don't need paper dollars anymore to pay for food anymore. You can go to the stores, except Walmart. You can go to the stores, and as long as you got your phone with your debit card on the phone, you can just pay it with your phone, man. Everything is moving digitally, man, and we see it. The next step is the CBDC currency on your CHIP. It's all coming, and it's here. We're just waiting for Esau to push that button, man. We're waiting for Yahweh Shem Yahshua to push the button. Fuck Esau, because Esau is in the hands of the Lord Yahweh. We're waiting on the Lord Yahweh to push the button, which we hope and we believe that it's very soon. So let's finish this out. And that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark of the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. We're coming to that time, man. We're here in that time. Be circumspect, be watchful. Because your adversary, the devil, seeketh about whom he may devour. And he wants to devour the Israelites. Stay prayed up, man. Because we're entering into the dark times. And don't take the CHIP.